Hey folks, James here, and I thought it might be useful and maybe a little bit fun for you guys to see exactly what we've done here in the studio. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the pieces of what we're doing, and then very importantly, talk about the lighting setup we have here, because it's a little more complicated than minimal. We're going to go through each piece of it, both on my phone, and then when we do the lighting demonstration, we'll go one at a time from the main camera here and show how each piece of this thing works out. So Addie, come on in here and we'll show you the pieces of what we've got going on here. So first and foremost, you got your camera right here. We're using the Sony a7 IV, and there's a 35mm f1.4 lens on the front. For the key light, we have a Godox 150 SL for the main light. There is an Octabox on here, and if you're wondering how everything is positioned exactly the right way, a whole lot of fiddling around and making sure that it looks the way that we want it to look. So from the light here, we have the key light right here, and if you look to the left, we have a bounce right here that is designed to kill some of the shadows. And oh, we're going that way now. The people that are watching in landscape are going to be like, what just happened? You see, we've got a reflector here to kill some of the shadows opposite of the key. And back here, we have our fill or hair light that is coming over my right shoulder, casting some nice light and giving a little bit of definition and dimension to the other side of my face. On the back wall, we got two wall-mounted LEDs to give some color. We'll walk through that demonstration here in just a second when we go to the main camera. We got acoustic panels for visual appeal and also killing the echo. And the least sexy part of the whole operation is a dampening blanket that is against the back wall. You can't really see it because it's a dark blanket. It kills that bounce from my mouth here. From the audio perspective, we have a Rode NTG5 on a boom arm, and it's running down the pole here connected to a Zoom H6 external audio recorder. From the audio recorder, we're going directly into the camera, so we don't have any sync issues. You don't have to do this in post-process. It literally records at the same time as the video, so it makes all the editing much, much easier. So now we're gonna go ahead and turn all the lights off in the room and let you see what it looks like from this bad boy. So we'll go ahead and hit record over here, and we'll see you in just a second. Yeah, good. All right, go ahead and kill the main light. Okay, so the ideal here is to record in a completely dark room. You don't want any spill light to come in. Let me show you what we're dealing with here. We've got some blackout curtains over against the side of the wall because this is in fact a regular office. If we didn't kill the light entirely, then this is what we'd be working on. If we didn't have some sort of blackout or light blocking mechanism in place, but we do, thankfully. So we'll go ahead and close the blackout curtains here. So it's as close to dark as it can possibly be. Now Addie's going to go ahead and turn on the key light here so you can see what it looks like, just the key by itself. The least important part of this whole setup is probably the diffusion panel, because Addie, would you remove that from the field for just a second here? That you can just take and pull this away. You see how I'm looking right here? When Addie pulls the diffusion panel away, it's not that big of a deal. Like, see, there's more shadow on this side of my face, and there's not as much dimension. You're good. But that's probably the least important part of the whole thing. It's not emitting any light. All it's doing is bouncing some light that is on my face right now. The part that I found to be really just the most interesting is how such a small light, like the hair light back here, makes a lot of difference. But for the color in the back wall, this is what we're looking with here. This is with the color. You can kind of do it both ways. The color is just for extra visual appeal. There's nothing technical that says you need to do that. I just like the way that it looks. And lastly, turn this on, and it's got barn doors on it, so you're able to control exactly where the light is going. I stand in my spot, and you can see how much different it looks because you're catching a lot more dimension. There's some bright spots on the side of my face and on my right shoulder to contrast and be basically 180 degrees opposite the key light. So you have maximum visual appeal. It looks absolutely amazing compared to the stuff that's shot on someone's phone, and just makes you look more pro and more put together with all of your content. Do you have to go to this length? No, it's ridiculous, and I'm so over the top, it's absurd. But if you want to, I thought this video might be really useful for your purposes. Happy to answer any question in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Y'all take care.